Kia ora, my name is Millie. I'm from New Zealand. I live in Rotorua, but originally from Gisborne, and I use the pronouns her or she. I was diagnosed in 2019, and I did the PLDI workshop in 2023. In the lead up to the course, I really didn't think about it too much initially. However, as it got closer and getting messages from Sarah really started to hit home a bit. I got a bit excited. I was excited to do the course, more so because of the connections that I knew that I would make. We always make connections at these events. But yeah, I didn't have any huge expectations because I didn't read the program. Um, I mean, I'm a teacher by trade and also a qualified social worker and a supervisor. So I didn't read the program on purpose because then it gave me no expectations and I wouldn't keep anybody to account or to hold up to the expectations. So um, it did make me think about my leadership style. And yeah, because I am the CEO for Toitū Ta'ao here in Aotearoa, here in New Zealand. So it's really made me think about how things could be a bit different in moving forward, if it even could be. But yeah, I was excited about being amongst people that I didn't have to justify to. There were a lot of moments while doing the course that stood out for me, but the one in particular that really stood out for me was that we had a fire pit at our venue, and it was our first day on arrival, and we all went to our rooms and took our things in, and because I'm a smoker, and I went and sat in this fire pit. There's a lot of cushions around. It was really, really lovely. And then one by one, everybody um, started coming around the fire pit. And before we knew it, all 12 of us were sitting around the fire pit. Most of us had never met each other. So we were making really good connections. And it was a real special moment because I looked around and saw a lot of people that I thought I would never, ever connect with. But we made a beautiful connection and it started from that moment. It's influenced a lot more reflection in regards to my vulnerability because I had never acknowledged that side of myself. Um, and I say that because I failed miserably. It just like the other day, I just so failed that afterwards I had to really reflect and ask myself, why was it that I um, felt vulnerable in that space, that I felt like I had to rear my horns and my thorns and everything and hit back. Um, but it also made me really think about there's a power, a quiet power in being vulnerable. So that was a really interesting space for me to be in. I mean, I didn't worry about my emotions in that space, but going into the meeting, but by crikeys, when I got in there, it was like, wow, what's going on here? So anyway, so I lost it. But when I finished that meeting, I actually grabbed my sheet where you go around and say the leadership qualities I see in you. And when I read those and I went, oh my God, none of that happened in that session that I lost it. Um, but it actually helped me refocus and get me back in a mindset that I was able to say, it's okay. It's okay to have a bad day and get back on again. So, uh, kia tātou, kia ora mai tātou, uh, toi tū te whenua, toi tū te tangata, toi tū te ao, which simply means I stand undisturbed on this land. I stand undisturbed as a person, and I stand undisturbed in this world. Mauri ora kia tātou.